Okay guys, so I've been challenged to do spot gold. That was by Richard in the squad. But to make things a little bit fairer, because it said flip a coin, and to make certain that I can't manipulate it, what I've done is I've got you lot to do a poll. Now at the moment it is you want me to sell it, where you lot flick the coin and you just shot in here what your outcome is. Now at the moment it's 5-2 favour, so we'll keep it going. So it's looking like it's going to be a short sell. I haven't looked at the chart yet, so I don't know what's coming, but we shall see. That one's an interesting thing as well. If you go through some of the comments, I did get a guy who was saying 36 quid is just not worth it. So I put it to a poll, and 10% people think that's not worth it. You know, 5 grand a year. Christ, if you're only on 20 grand sort of for your salary, that's a thumping big pay rise. It astounds me how people are so fucking naive in this industry that they don't understand that little bits add up all the time, you know. But there we go. So, like I say, I said it so that it would, to keep it fair, let the guys pick it. So, happy days. Just flipped a coin, 36 quid a day. Yeah, I can go with that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing to be fair. And let's just set the chart up, okay? Now, I'm going to do it right through. So, we're going to commodities. We want gold, because it was requested that it's spot gold. And here we go. All right. So the first thing is, I need to make certain that I know what this chart is up to. So, let's have a look. Well, it has been selling. Gold has been ridiculously high. It's been coming down recently. So we might be in with a shot with some decent levels. So let's have a look, shall we? Roll if you want to. Right, put that there. The thing is, I haven't got anything underneath it. Right. What have we got? So it looks like we're operating in and around this area. So I'm only going to put in what I need for this next session. Roll if she wants to. Right, okay. Right. So let's get that in. Been quite selective on what I'm choosing. So it looks like I've got a decent arena around this area. Okay. Put that in. That'll probably do me, I would have thought. Fibs are going to be difficult. In fact, fibs are going to be really difficult because we haven't got any. So there isn't really anything I can use. Nothing. You've got this, which you could kind of say there's an area. Where did it start? Probably down here. So from here up to there. So it's through. So just drop that in. Bing bang boo, bing bang boo. Just drop a couple of them onto there. Weekly. Definitely got this, so I can see that. Starting to marry up a little bit, so at least we can see some form of structure coming into play. Roll if she wants to, roll around the world. Just drop that onto there. Outstanding. Right. Okay, it's a bit difficult. I'm going to put this in nice and tight. Oh, if she wants to. Okay. So the daily fib's a bit difficult to work with, but it's all done on what's called best fit. Okay. Right, chart's ready. See what's going on. Just gonna have a quick look at the full chart. See what I think of it. Okay. So average true range. About 85 at the minute. All right. So what base trades does that give me? Hopefully it'll be half decent. So 85. So it's about a 9 pip move. So happy days, happy days, happy days. So the votes at the moment at 5-2, it's almost 50-50. It's 8-7 in sell favour. So let me just quickly flick this onto a chart read, and then I'll be able to tell the boys and girls what the hell it is that I was up to. All right. So let's do a very quick analysis. So I've got sellers in control. General direction's down. There's no momentum and the strength has run out. Sellers in control. General direction is down. No strength, no momentum. Weekly is buyers. No general direction, no momentum, no strength. 4 hour. Buyers are taking it. There is no general direction. Selling momentum. No strength. All right, so this is all over the place. Quick look at the hourly, see what the scenario is here. It's buying, negative strength. Okay, take it down into 15 minutes. So see what the scenario is. It is buying, selling, buying. Bunch of bastards. Right. And short time frames is selling. So to sell, and no strength. Okay. So the scenario is actually more to buy this thing than it is to sell it. Brilliant. Okay. So whatever I'm doing, I'm going to have to do it in reverse. Now, it is coming off the open. Gold's one of those things that it's not overly affected too much, but it is definitely affected. Okay. Now, the extra check is a sell. All right. So the state of play is just a very quick overview. Is it's a buying market. So let's say, fuck's sake. Right, we need one more vote to get this in. So, Christ on a bike. Need one more vote. Right, let's see if I can get that done. I want to do it on the camera so you can see it. Show results. Vote. Oh, I was hoping for like a proper flip over. Could be anybody's game now. So what do I do? Come on, one of you bloody stick it in. Right. I'll just pause the camera a second. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick that up so you can see that my name isn't on it, because I don't want to swear that. Right, there we go. Okay. So the sellers have won it. Okay. So if I stick the votes up, just so you can see it, there it is there. It's a list of the guys who voted. And then there's another list of the guys there. My name isn't on it, so therefore it's fair, it's democratic, and the sellers have it. Right, okay. So my job now is to find a sell inside of this. Now, I'm going to be selling it inside a buyer's market. Brilliant. Bunch of bastards. So, where can I sell it? How can I sell it? Well, it's a C trade, so it's not going to be too bad. Now, it is going against the grain, so by definition, you need to sort of think, what is the logical trade? Well, I would suggest the logical trade is to basically be a little bit conservative. Okay. Now, could I say half of it? Well, I could, but it's not really. But I think if we can do 5 pips on spot gold, you're doing pretty well. Spot gold on an hourly basis, if you sort of work this out, take it to the hour, and you pull up its average true range per hour, it's running at about 15. So 8 pips, half of it is about right. So what we're going to do is we'll aim for between 5 and 8 pips, because we're going against what this is trying to do. Now, it is pushing up, and you can see that it's come from here. One of the good things is it hasn't closed outside the Bollinger Band. There isn't any strength forcing it up, but there is something against me today, which I'm going to have to be really careful with. It's non-farm payroll. And if I get that wrong, I have a problem. Okay? So, what we've got to sort of think about is what's going on. All right. So, let's get this out to the hour. and we can have a little look, and then we'll drop it down into 5 minutes so we can see what's going on. Now it is moving up. Brilliant. So I need to find some definitive points of attraction that may well bounce this price. And they're going to be these. Okay. So here we go. Right. And I'm trying to do this in a single camera shot as well, just so that I can watch it. Okay. So I know I'm going to be looking for 5 to 8 pips, or 5 to 8 points, whatever you want to call it, in this here. 5 minutes. Right, rolling. Might have an opportunity to get down to here, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to size it down as well. I'm only going in for a pound, just because it's just a bit of fun, this, and I don't want to be ludicrous in what I'm doing, because if I get it wrong, well, then I'll get it wrong. Oh, well, I get it wrong. Right, okay. So we're going to do a pound a point. I'll set it at 6 pips, just to start with. Right, okay. So I've got to be a bit careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to be away from the price. So there could be an opportunity. And we're going to let it run down. But first of all, yeah, I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's stretched too much at this moment in time. But you do have a nice range here, which it will come back 50%, or it'll attempt to. So if we go from there to there, you see it's in a danger zone. Down here is a good area to start looking, which is there, which will take me onto the 38. That's doable. But it's a buyer's market. Okay. All right. But what we'll do is I'm just going to leave the camera running, and I'll come back when it's time to start moving this order into play. Now, at the moment, what I'm looking at is I can see a strong directional drive. It's topped out and it's coming down. The question is, how far will that come down? Now, if I go in with the idea of coming onto this level, that's pretty doable inside of here. The problem I've got is that just decides to keep on going up. Because if I look at some of the other sentiments, sort of if we take it to the hour, that is definitely pushing up in the hour, which means it's going to try and come into these areas here. Now, it may well be doing that this morning. Tough call, guys, tough call. But it's only a bit of fun. If we get it wrong, brilliant. But at the moment, I think this leg here is pretty viable. And what I'm relying on is what's called a Kylie. Now, a Kylie is a retracement of a strong directional move. Well, that's a strong directional move. It's got a key area that it's bouncing off, which is an entry-exit point, which is here. So I can use that, and it has held the price. So if it comes to retrace, it'll bounce back off this price, working on this with a view to go up there. Because as you can see, prices do oscillate backwards and forwards. And, well, I'm committed to it now, so I've got no other choice. Right, so we're in. Okay, so what we're looking for is 5 to 6 pips. So if I want to be on that level there, I'm going to have to take this to 5 pips. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second. The reason why it's 5 pips is I need direction of travel to cover the spread. So the target needs to be before this to get down to there. But now what I have is an opportunity. I can scale into this and still get a decent amount by getting better pricing and sacrificing. So targeting is important. We're in. I've got no other choice. We're going to there. I'm only sticking £1. I will scale it up onto these levels up here. This one here. If I have to, because I think that'll bounce. And if it does, I've only got to get it back down to here to be what's called net positive. And I'll be fine. Right, okay. So that's what I'm doing. Let's play it out. Okay, guys, this is really fucking tough, right? But sometimes you've got to take the money when it's offered. So we're currently net positive at this moment in time. When this one goes net positive again, on that thump down, I'm going to kill the trade out, you know. So it's dead easy to do. You just look for what you've got. It's net positive as it is. I'll be able to kill the tickets off straight away, and then we've already taken a little bit out of it anyway. So it's a case of waiting. I should have killed it here, but I want to see what's happening with it because it is pulsing down. What it's done is it's attempted to go to here, it's failing, and it's coming back down. So if you're following a rule of Fibonacci, which is strong drive, consolidation, and then a move. Now the move will go either way, okay? Now ideally we want it under here. So how can we see? Well, there is a couple of ways you can. You can just flick that on. You can see the momentum shifting down and you've still got that. And it's below moving average. So down under here is feasible. I'll go with that. Okay. So just flick that back. That's what we're going to do. So what I'll do is I'll just leave the camera running and you'll see it get killed and then we'll finish off a little bit. Okie dokie. Okay, guys, been a bit of a tough day, but we are now starting to go net positive. We've already banked money. We are 120 net, So what we're going to do is we're just going to close off. Bang. Right. Why did I close off? It's very simple. Let me kind of explain. It's been going sideways all morning. We currently 12:15. It's non-farm payroll day. And if there's any product that is going to surge, it's going to be this one. Why? Because that's what it does. It surges all the time. So first thing I need to do is just get the tickets off. Make certain you close your tickets off, certainly on a day like today, because if you leave them on, poof, they'll get triggered. And then you'll be in a world of pain. So we've took a hit for 199, but the net total, considering we originally started looking for 5 pips, is, so we 132 plus 87 plus 349 is that minus 199. Okay, so 357. So we didn't do that well at all. In fact, it was fucking hard work. But what you got to remember is it was a democratic vote and I was told to sell this thing. So I had to look for an area on the chart where I had a capability of selling. If I stuck to my guns, which was my assessment of this particular market was this. If I was going to go for it, I'd be looking to buy it. And I would have bought it, and I would have been able to buy it for roughly about 8 pips. But the guys told me to sell it. Okay. Well, when we started this in and around 9 o'clock, if I was looking for that kind of criteria, just quickly find 8 pips. So I'd have been looking for roughly about that. I wasn't a million miles off. And if I was staging backwards and forwards, which I would have been, I'd have easily got hold of that because I was just a hair's whisker off it. But put a second order in, which would have been, because if I was staging from in and around this blue line, I'd have been staging down to there. I'd have easily got some extra positions in, which I would have done here. So from that point onwards, that second position would have easily have done 8, which would have given me a half decent profit. I'd have killed it anyway. And you see me do that all the time. Now I had to scale and bounce backwards and forwards because I was working from one line to the next, backwards and forwards, push, push, with a view to come down. That simple. So was it a tough trade? Yes. Would I do this with full positions and one thing and another and not dealing in pennies? Hell no. Not a fucking chance. All right. I don't mind having a bit of fun, which is basically all we've been doing here. And you really want to take it with a pinch of salt. But what it was an exercise in was trying to understand how a market will work and its capabilities. Now, for me, its capabilities was I could see the drive. It hasn't returned into the center as yet, but it hasn't really broke the top either. So it's still in a consolidation phase. So my best bet was just to take the little shifts that I could. But as time's coming on, we are moving over into non-farm payroll, which will be hitting in about an hour's time. I don't want to be trapped in a trade when that's coming. So the sensible choice was get out when I had the opportunity. And that's it. Do you think? Is that why we're getting away next week? Because we had the opportunity and you want to get out?
When you wanted to go on holiday, yeah.
Well, I didn't want to go on holiday. You forced me into it.
You didn't take much forcing.
Well, I didn't take much forcing to do lots of things, to be honest. Because I'm stupid. Anyway, so there you are, Richard. There's gold, a market that I don't trade. It was spot gold, which is slow. Again, it's a market that I don't trade that much anymore. And you lot pick the direction. I managed it. That's it. See you all next.